He's 5'10", 270 pounds.
That's all you need.
I think he's climbing up the boards. I wouldn't be surprised if he's third, fourth, fifth, sixth quarterbacks taken.
My definition for tight end is you got to.
We don't like football players anymore. Just they got to fit in the box for you.
Big receiver. I want a big receiver.
Okay, big receiver.
But not a tight end.
In the 2025 draft, there are a couple players that we want to highlight that might not be a household name right now, but are going to end up making a big impact on your team in the future. Jay.
Yeah.
Who are some of the guys flying under the radar?
Well, I got this running back from Kansas, man, named Devin Neal. This is a bad man. Slippery, powerful. He was loyal to Kansas. He stayed at Kansas his career. Brought Kansas his second year at Kansas, first time they went to a bowl game, I think, in 10 years. And then the last year he was there, I think it's the first time they were ranked in a long time. Very productive back. Great ball security. He can catch out of the backfield. Not like a mismatched guy, but he can run flat routes in there and diagonals and choices and all that stuff. I like this guy. 4-year production out of Kansas, loyal to the program, stayed at one school, Justin. I mean,
see that.
Ball security, vision. I think this guy in the 4th or 5th round, somebody's going to be like, yes, sir, we got our guy.
You think GMs and coaches value guys like that stay at one program, knowing like they're good enough to go play?
Yeah, because GM and coaches are so loyal.
I'm just asking, does that matter?
No,
I don't know. I'm literally.
That probably doesn't matter that much, but I think this guy, when you have high character guy, loyalty, I mean, he's got a strong, yeah, I think
it helps
if it's between him and, 4 or 5 other backs in the same draft, let's take this guy. He's a hell of a guy. He's dependable.
I think Ashton Genty's story is similar,
he doesn't fumble.
Did he come out and say he got $1 million offer to go somewhere else and he stayed at Boise? Mm-hmm. All right, I'll
take another running back. I like the dude from Texas Tech. This guy's name is Tahj Brooks. First team All Big 12. Same thing. Stayed at Tech his whole career. Really nice career. He ended up becoming Texas Tech's all-time leading rusher. I know it's an air raid school. I know they like to pass the ball.
Shout out to Cliff Kingsbury.
But Tahj Brooks is a very good back. He can do catch out of the backfield, line him up at receiver, run the ball downhill, all the things that all these running backs we've talked about can do. But I would not be surprised if he kind of gets put in that sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th round group of running backs that we talked about earlier, that you start watching his tape a little bit more, you start interviewing this guy, you like him, you see his career, you see all the things, how he acts, how he talks, how good in protection, right? They throw the ball a ton. Like, he's always on the field. He never leaves the field. I think he's a really good player, and somebody will be really happy with Tahj Brooks in mid to late rounds.
All right, we got some running backs here, AQ.
I stay in my lane.
You stay in your lane. Tell me this is a guy you've been talking about off camera for the last few months now. Who is your sleeper of this draft? It's going to be an impact player in the NFL.
His name's Willie Lampkin out of North Carolina. He's 5'10", 270 pound center guard. He played left guard, started at left guard UNC for Mac Brown.
What did Coach Brown say last night? First of all, I'd take him in an alley fight.
He said, it's the best compliment you can get.
Right? He said, I love him. He's tough as nails. Florida heavyweight wrestling champ at 48-0.
Ooh.
Great leader.
Always good you got to wrestle.
He would have started on all your teams.
And you had some dogs.
I'm just
you
saying.
You had some dogs in those Texas
I'm backing him up.
Who would you take in a one-on-one matchup, him or Mason Graham? Ooh. One-on-one, man.
I'd love to see that. That would be a heck of a
Who you got?
I'm sticking with my low man wins.
Low man wins.
5'10", 270. This kid's awesome. Listen, he was the ACC Offensive Lineman of the Year. He went to the Senior Bowl, and his listing height was obviously 6 foot or 6'1", right? Everybody does that. And then you go and you get your real measurements. He's 5'10". I think he was listed at 290. He's 270. It's like, no way this kid can play. So I think Jim Nagy down the Senior Bowl was like, let's get this guy out here. Let's expose him, right? So the first 2 days, they put at the Senior Bowl, one-on-ones, they go 6'6", 350, 6'7", 340, one-on-ones. He just jump sets them, puts them both on the ground. Clips are awesome. But listen, he's not going to go in the first round. We heard the story, right? The GMs, the scouts, they're all going to X him, might not even get drafted. This kid's going to make a team next year, hands down.
And he's going to be a starter for a decade.
He's 5'10", 270 pounds.
That's all you need.
Hold on, let me just throw a name out there that we threw out. He threw out Mason Graham. It's probably a good matchup for Willie. Vita Vea lines up over Willie.
I mean, I was 6'1" with 29-inch arms and blocked Vita Vea.
All right. He can't get any stronger now.
He's got
remember that. He can't get any stronger.
31
He
inch arms.
turns
He's got
out-
longer arms than I do.
If he turns out to be AQ Shipley, he'll be just fine. 270 pounds is
What are you making notes of, Jay?
You can't
270.
measure the heart of somebody like that. You know how many chips are stacked up right here?
I believe
And
he's a
on
hell of a
that
player.
one-
I understand that. If he made it to the Senior Bowl and Coach Brown's talking all these, I understand that. But at the end of the day, he's 5'10", 270 pounds.
Isn't that the award that players vote on, not coaches?
Can you imagine him standing next to Josh Allen?
It's like all the players talk about who's the best lineman in the ACC.
the call,
and they
Mr.
all-
Allen.
They all picked him. Yeah. I'm telling you. This guy's got every accolade going his
What's
way.
it on, Josh?
Pulling on his towel. Mr. Allen, what's the play?
There's Josh under center.
Yeah,
Blue 25.
that's actually a big issue.
Hell yeah, it's a big issue. He's 5'10".
Here, let's do this. Here, hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on. I got my thing here. Okay. How hard is it to do this? Lift your butt up. Because every quarterback does that already. They're going to come in and say what they do. Lift you up. You were there. You know how to do it.
Good God. Good for him, man. I hope he makes it. I'm pulling for this kid.
All right, we got a couple running backs.
I got a safety.
We got a
too.
5'10" offensive center who dominated the Senior Bowl.
I got this guy. So I'm watching this running back from Virginia Tech. What's his name?
Bashul Tootin.
Yes. Pretty good player, right? But I'm watching him against Virginia. I'm watching this safety. They played a lot of quarters. This guy's running them down all over the place. Who is this guy? I looked him up. His name is Jonas Sanker for Virginia. Runs a 4.48. This guy kept tackling the guy. I was like, who's this little safety? So I looked him up. He's 6 foot tall, 206 pounds, 3-year starter, 4.48 40. He had like 12 tackles in that game. Then I watched more of him. He's pretty good in pass coverage. You know, when you have a guy that can run under 4.5 as a safety and is a pretty good tackler, I think Virginia's defense was not very good. A lot of just simple quarters and stuff. I think this guy has enough range to play middle safety. He's obviously a decent tackler, so change of formations, change of strengths. He can play down, he can play back. 3-year starter, solid tackler, good range. I'm going to take him 5th, 6th round, maybe starter next year.
When you get into the 5th and 6th round as a coach and you're looking like, what's something that the group would be like, oh, that's a guy we want to take a flyer on? Is it speed you're looking at there? Is it strength? Is it a 3-year starter? Is it a captain? Is it loyalty?
A little something of everything. You want to have something you can really just bite your teeth into. Maybe it's some kind of skill set. Maybe he's got great size, strength. Maybe he's big. Maybe he can run fast as hell. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a good bump and run corner. Maybe he's a physical tackler. Maybe a linebacker who's very smart. They didn't run really good, but he's really smart. Maybe he ran really good, but didn't have a lot of production. But you want to bank on the fact that, hey, you got a good athlete. Worst case scenario, he'll be a great special team player for us, and he can develop into a good player. So,
Colt, I know you got another one you wanted to mention.
Yeah. Sticking to quarterbacks, I like this guy from Jay's alma mater, Tyler Shough. Kind of bounced around throughout his career, had some injuries. He's 6'5", 220 pounds, and he played great at Louisville. And I think he's climbing up the boards of a lot of these teams who are evaluating these quarterbacks. Gunslinger mentality. He's athletic. He crushed the combine. Ran a 4.63 40. Confident in his arm. Like when you watch him play, like he's not scared to make any of the throws. I mean, he rips it, and he's accurate. When he's been healthy, he's been very productive. And so from just your prototype NFL quarterback, big, strong, athletic, I think teams are going to really value what he brings to the table. I think he's climbing up the boards. I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of gets into the mix of those, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th quarterbacks taken. Like I think he's going to move into that little circle of guys.
I think he might be 3rd. He might jump ahead of Jackson Dart.
Really?
Yeah, he might. I mean,
HU always talks about scheme and fit. What would be a good place scheme and fit wise for Shough?
well, he's a true drop back launcher with pretty good athleticism. I talked to Jeff Brom. He's a great competitor. He throws a very good deep ball. It just depends on the offensive coordinator. He's a quarterback, for God's sake, so he fits
Every team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that mean, scheme and fit?
It just takes one.
You want a tall drop back passer can launch it?
Well, that's what we were talking about scheme and fit.
I don't think he can do what Lamar Jackson does. I don't think he's going to Arizona.
Lamar still drops back and throws it. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. There's another part of his offense, it's called a zone read that I don't think this guy's going to be doing. Am I wrong?
Maybe Seattle in the second or third round. Back when I was in Cincinnati, we had to wait till the second round to get a quarterback because we took A.J. Green in the first round. We had no quarterback. We're like holding on for dear life, hoping Andy Dalton falls. Fortunately, he fell. So that could be something like Seattle. They might want to take a guy in the first round and, okay, let's hold on. Let's get Shough in the second or maybe third round. Hell with it. And play with Sam Howell and maybe get Shough. Let's have a little battle. You never know. You might get lucky. Tyler Shough, he's 26 years old. Had a couple injuries.
He's 26 years old?
Yeah, he's got a couple injuries in his career. You forgot to mention.
Yeah, I said he battled injuries, but he's been productive.
Just because you battle injuries doesn't mean you can't play for 14 years in the NFL.
Played on a couple teams, and this is his first time to play like a full year. And
he played for a good passing system. Jeff Brom, the head coach, they have a good drop back scheme, a lot of shallow, a lot of NFL type concepts. Yeah. Jeff Brom's a good football coach. I talked to him. He loves him. Great competitor. Throws a good deep ball. He actually said he likes him. He's like me because he's a great competitor. I said, ooh, I like Tyler Shough now. He's like me.
So hold on. So now we get to the bottom of it. Now we got one comparison.
Yeah, I got
one
comparison.
So your pro comp is yourself for him.
No, he's 6'5". I was 6 foot. He has a strong arm. I had a weak arm. However, we're both great competitors, Justin. Great competitors.
I'm waiting for the pro comp to be Jay Gruden. All right, AQ, who's your second guy?
Charles Grant from William and Mary. 6'6", 315 pounds, 2-time small school All-American at William and Mary. Left tackle. All of the pundits are saying physical freak, athletic as hell. Makes it look easy. When you turn on division, whatever they are, 1AA football, you want to see
domination.
You want to see domination. It's got to look easy. Like when he's cutting off 3 techniques, he gets there, he just wheels, he has a cup of coffee, hangs out, right? When he's at left tackle, he gets out, puts his hands on him, it's over. If you're going to take a small school guy, I want to see him playing left tackle, right? He's got to be, left tackle's the best position on the offensive line. He's got to be the best player playing the best position, right? So I know when I played in Tampa, that was like one thing. We had Ali Marpet, we had Ryan Jensen, and we had Alex Kappa, right? All 3 small school guys, all 3 were left tackles in college at their small schools. With him, he's starting to get some top 30 visits. A lot of people don't hear about him because he's William and Mary. All we hear about is the big D1 guys, but he was a combine invite. He was a Senior Bowl invite, didn't play because he had like a MCL injury, nothing major. We don't care about MCLs, we're fine. He measured in exactly what he said, 6'6", 315. Strong, long, athletic. He's a guy I'm taking second, third round and could play for 15 years, maybe starter.
Damn. 15 is a long time to play football.
Charles Grant?
Charles Grant.
How did the NIL, how did Texas not come and pick this guy up? Well, they had Kelvin Banks, but how did how come he's not getting
he went to school as a 6'6", 240-pounder, only played football his senior year of high school. Went there, never lifted a weight before he went to William and Mary, so it took him 2 years to get there. Gets up to 315. Still, I think that's one of the question marks. Lacks a little bit of strength, right? But again, you can get away with it at William and Mary. I think
you get a lot stronger in the NFL, can't you? A guy like that can get stronger in the NFL.
Because he's never lifted.
Well, all right. So you can get stronger in the NFL.
If you don't play right away.
Well, you can get stronger, though. Admit it. Can you get stronger in the NFL? Say
Colt got stronger in the NFL.
Say it.
Colt didn't get stronger. Colt clearly said he compensated to figure it out.
You got a lot stronger, dude. Don't even try.
I did.
Ton stronger.
But that's a great
Even just in Washington, you got a lot stronger.
Yeah, you can get stronger.
Did you guys lift together?
But I'm in a different position than what I didn't.
I mean, the guy's not weak by any means. He still did 20-something reps at 225 at the combine. Like, you're fine.
Yeah.
Alex Mack did 20 reps and played for 50 years.
Center.
Yeah. Playing against
Willie Lampkin.
How many Lampkin do?
Probably 400.
He's still doing them.
That's a chop since a combine.
That's good. Guys like that are interesting, man. You're always looking for guys like that. Anybody that has a measurable 6'6", 315, a left tackle, he's going to get drafted.
And that brings me to the guy that I wanted to mention, and I know you might get on this one. He's from my alma mater, Syracuse University, Oronde Gadsden Jr. He was a tight end, receiver, kind of tweener guy, but he made plays all over the field. He's a red zone target. He has sure hands, soft hands, can have good body control. And every time I turned the tape on, he was making plays. His father played. He has the pedigree. He's loyal. He stayed at Syracuse when he could have left as well. He's a name when we mention some of those top-end tight end prospects. Once you get into like that 4 or 5, kind of right outside of that first round, Oronde Gadsden, I think, is a player to keep an eye on.
His dad played for the Dolphins and then played in the Arena League. Played against him.
How much do you think that helps a player? Like Joe Alt last year, his dad was a pro.
When the dad plays in the Arena League?
No, in the NFL.
Played
Like,
in the NFL as well. Kurt Warner played in the Arena League too, just so you know. You guys forgot to mention him. But anyway, where do you have Oronde playing? Tight end?
Tight end.
How?
I know a lot of tight ends in this league that don't put hands on anybody and touch them
it's a big issue.
In the run game.
There's been a lot of guys who've tried to make that transition. I'm not trying to be funny from
He played tight end at Syracuse.
to tight end, and it's been tough. But yeah, I like him. I watched some tape. I watched Kyle McCord play, and I'm like, it's Oronde Gadsden. Like, look just like that, huge hands. Yeah, I like
So
him.
he's got a sound.
Yeah, his
The
ball.
player has a sound.
He's not going to drop the ball. He's not going to drop the ball.
That's the thing. So
He
if
ain't
you're a guy
dropping.
that can catch the ball and is a red zone target, you got a spot on your team for him. He's a guy you take in later rounds that you're not going to stand on the table and say, well, we have to take him over Tyler Warren or Colston
Oh,
Loveland.
yeah.
But you get later in the draft and you're like, hey, we could use a tight end. We could use a guy that you could.
I just
you
don't
coach
think
him
you
up.
can call him a tight end. My definition for tight end is you got to have
We don't like football players anymore. Just they got to fit in the box for you.
big receiver. Call him a big receiver.
Okay, big
But
receiver.
not a tight end.
Okay.
You're not going to run duo with Oronde Gadsden on the field blocking.
Well, you could. You know what you could do?
Bluff him.
9-tech bluff, send them up to the back.
That's what a lot of teams do with those tight ends.
I mean, he can.
if you can catch the football, there is a place on the field for you.
Okay. I'll make that note. I'll make that note. Next time we're debating in the draft, if I ever get an opportunity to pick again, hey, he can catch the ball. There's a place for him on the football team. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
That's probably not true, but
It's almost as good as your coaching point yesterday. Throw it where they're not.
It's easy.
Right.
It's easy.
That's hard to do sometimes.
I agree.
And it's hard to catch the ball on the football field. People are draped all over you.
Yeah.
they're draped all over because they don't run very good. Football's easy.
Anyone
As long as you
else?
can catch the ball, you have a spot on the football team, right? It's easy game.
Jay, we need you to look into the camera and do the call to action real quick.
Call to action.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Drop a like, subscribe.
Drop a like, follow, subscribe. If you like what you're watching on this, hit a drop, like, follow, clean pocket.
Say something nice in the comments for Jay. Just give him some love. Soft hands will get you playing for a long time. That is our under the radar draft prospect. Stay tuned for more content like this on our channel. We'll see you at the next episode.
Devin Neal.
Spice up your sports viewing experience with the Underdog app. Underdog is the best place to play. Pick 'em on all of your favorite sports. Just choose higher or lower on your favorite players' stats, and you can join the millions of fans who have won billions of dollars on Underdog. What are you waiting for? Sign up now using promo code POCKET. That's POCKET, and you can get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Download the Underdog app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com to get started today.